going on, folks? It is KspadeTheProspect, the best kept secret. I'm back today with some NBA 2K17 Pro-Am gameplay for you guys. I want to talk about what I feel like 2K has to conquer in order for NBA 2K18 to be a success. Now, the gameplay you guys are watching is a little bit older, and it's older by design. I wanted to go back and find some gameplay in between all of the shooting tweaks that we've had, find one where the shooting was kind of spot on, and talk about the biggest threat to the success or possible failure of NBA 2K18. Now, NBA 2K makes a great product, let's be honest. This is the top selling NBA franchise on the market for probably somewhere close to a decade. I'm not talking about your personal opinion, I'm talking about what the sales say. Like, this has been the top selling product on the market for it's gotta be close to a decade, maybe even a little bit longer. With that being said, more pressure is about to be on 2K Sports than it has ever been. If you was around for the start of this series, it's pretty impressive what they've been able to accomplish. Starting off as the underdog franchise back on the Sega Dreamcast, we watched this team come and kind of take the crown back when NBA Live had the market cornered. That doesn't mean it's going to get easier for them. As more teams invest, as more eyes start to look, it is imperative that they get some things ironed out. Now, it's a lot of things I feel like needs to tweak or it needs to be fine-tuned in order for NBA 2K18 to be a great product. The biggest and the most challenging by far is going to be shooting. Shooting is going to be so challenging to address because people are all over the place as to where they feel like the shooting should be. Now, Mike Wang has tinkered with the shooting sliders in NBA 2K17, essentially turning this year's game into something like a beta in terms of the shooting anyway for NBA 2K18. It was one way for a minute, then it changed. It was that way for a minute, then it changed. Then recently, it seems like it's changing every 2 weeks. I may be exaggerating, but it has definitely changed about 4 or 5 times in the course of the last 2 or 3 months. That thing right there is getting frustrating. Mike Wang has also put out a series of surveys on his social media profiles where you guys can come out and give feedback. You can vote for the way you feel like the shooting should be. And the numbers and the response to these things are crazy. It's crazy to me. Now, keep in mind, as I do this video and you listen to me rant about my opinions on the matter, I'm a sharpshooter. Been a sharpshooter in this game since before that was actually an archetype. I've always made like an outside 2-guard that can shoot the 3-ball. So with that being said, you would think I'm one of those people that want the shot to go in all the time. Realistically, I know it can't be that way. Like, if you want to keep the game balanced and you want to keep the game competitive, but you want it to somewhat mirror reality, every decent look can't fall, just can't. Mike Wang put out a survey at one point and asked, he wanted to know our opinion on if a wide open shooter who's a good shooter in the area that he can shoot, if he gets a wide open look and he times it right, how often should that shot go in? I felt like that answer should have been around 60-65%. I think that's a real good number. People were saying over 80%, and if I'm not mistaken, I think over 50% of the tallied votes said if they're open and they time it right, over 80% of the time they want the shot to fall. Now, let's talk about the obvious. In basketball, the goal is to try to make sure your opponent don't get many open looks. I understand that. I get it. If you play a really good Pro-Am team, they do a damn good job of limiting those open looks. So I understand that. At the same time, I'm also one of the people that feel like the court is too small. So if you make the court bigger, which I feel like it should be, then those open look opportunities are going to increase. And if people shooting over 80% on open looks, I just think that's crazy high. Now, at the same time, let me take up for the gamers for a minute. As a gamer, it's only 3 things that you can control: taking a smart shot, working to get an open look, and timing it right. Those are the only 3 aspects we can actually control from a gaming perspective. So I definitely understand people saying, look, taking a smart shot is part of it. Working to get in the range of where my player excels from to play to the strengths of my player is 2, and timing it right is 3. If I do that, I want to be rewarded. I agree. But 85-90%, that's just a lot. I just feel like that's a little too high. The strangest thing is this. In this gameplay you guys are watching, you're going to see 3s fall from my team from everybody. From a sharpshooting shooting guard, from a playmaking point guard, from a post center, from a glass cleaning center. Like, everybody on the court in this game is going to shoot 3s and make 3s. And I feel like if you're going to do that, that kind of disrupts the entire purpose of having archetypes. Let's not forget, y'all, it wasn't that many years back that we was all feeling some kind of way about the park and the online experience as a whole being dominated by 7-foot small forwards that could do everything. Introduce archetypes. The whole point of archetypes was to try to create some parity online and to balance the game from a standpoint where when you created the character, you had to make some sacrifices. You want to be good at this, you know it's going to come at the expense of you not being very good at this or that. When it comes to shooting threes though, I feel like a lot of archetypes can shoot. And I'm going to even take it a step further. As a sharpshooter with Hall of Fame catch and shoot, with Hall of Fame corner specialist, with a point guard that has Hall of Fame diamond passing me the shot, there are still times that I miss the corner three. But I watch my centers drain that corner three like crazy. So I know right now attributes, I don't feel like they're really giving the necessary boost that they should be given when it comes to the three ball. That brings a whole nother aspect to it, folks. Now we got to talk about the fact that the shot meter essentially doesn't do what it was marketed to do. What we was told was this. Last year, everybody gave their feedback. We didn't like missing greens. I didn't like missing greens, I'll be honest. What they did was say, okay, this year, NBA 2K17, you guys get a green release. Hey, the shot's gonna go in. Everybody was happy about it. Then people started to be able to green their shots a lot. 2K said, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna control how often you get greens. So essentially breaking the shot meter that they sold to us at the beginning of the year. I'm taking the same shots that I was once greening. I mean, like a week ago, shots that I was turning, the shot was turning green. I know I was shooting it correctly. And now I'm getting full whites or getting a little bit of bounce back. And I know it's not me. So now we get into the situation where it's like, if the shot meter's not going to be displaying what I'm doing with my shot timing, just take it off. Just take it off. If you can do something over there at 2K headquarters to make my shot meter replicate anything other than what I'm doing with my shot timing, then it's pointless. It's pointless. You might as well take it off. Shooting is truly going to be the biggest issue for this franchise moving forward, and it's got to be right. Y'all got to understand, I don't know if once the NBA co-signs off on this eLeague and the eLeague is born and it starts to grow, I don't know if you can just keep hitting the eLeague with a patch every other week to tweak the shooting. I just don't feel like, that'll work. Then again, who knows? But I don't feel like that'll work. And if I'm the NBA and I'm putting money, I'm talking big money in, I need you to have your shit right before you drop it, fam. Or maybe if it ain't right when you drop it, maybe we take, you know, a patch or two to get it right. But 10, 11, 12 patches, like, nah, that just can't be the answer. We can't do it that way. That can't be the answer. Another thing that's still an issue in terms of shooting in NBA 2K17 or any NBA 2K since we've been doing this whole current setup is the fact that you still got shot bases that turn green more than others. You got shot releases that turn green more than others. So when I look at the feedback and I see people saying shooting is too hard, and we got games like this where everybody's just greening threes, it tells me that a lot of guys are using bad jumpers, which is an issue I have had with this franchise for years. It shouldn't be good jumpers and bad jumpers. It shouldn't be. I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you got a sharpshooter and you work hard to get yourself a great look, you get in the area that you can shoot from and you time it right, I don't care if you got Shaquille O'Neal's jump shot equipped to your player. You should have a fair chance of getting that shot green just like you should on High School 1 or whatever other thing is currently being the hot trend. At one point this year, it seemed like sharpshooters, at least 70% of sharpshooters I faced was using High School 1. It wasn't because it was aesthetically beautiful to look at. They wasn't saying, look at this shot, man, that thing is gorgeous, I want it. The shot was turning green at a insanely high clip. That's why so many people used it. That shouldn't still be an issue. It can't still be an issue going into NBA 2K18. It just can't. It can't. How can you have this eLeague, which essentially is supposed to be the most talented users in the world, when they're still being aided by shot bases that turn green more than others, shot releases that turn green more than others? Like, that's crazy. Well, let me ask you this. If the eLeague launches with its 17 teams and you don't get drafted, so you're supporting, you're watching it, and you're watching in a situation where every guard for every team has the exact same jumper, like, would that be all right to you? I don't know. I hope this thing succeeds. I've been a big voice in this community since it was crew mode. I have seen the vision for some type of esports aspect to crew long before it was even announced. Trust me, fam, you can ask the people over in Novato, they would tell you I've been screaming this. I want to see it do great. The shooting's got to be addressed. It's got to be addressed. And at the end of the day, as much as I love being a part of this community, as much as I love having a voice in the community and a platform in which I can air my opinions and my grievances and my rants or whatever else, the decision on how the shooting is going to go is going to have to come from those people at 2K. You can put out a million surveys. You're going to get so many different answers. Some of the replies to the post, I was looking like, I'm not even sure we playing the same game. Like, it's people like, man, this game is broke. My sharpshooter can't shoot threes. I'm like, bro, you got the wrong jumper. They probably don't even know about the whole different shot bases, that some bases turn green more than others. But you can't listen to the community. We all over the place. I'm not even saying that my answer is the right answer. But I've said before on Twitter, whatever they decide, I'm gonna adjust to it. Knowing me, I'll probably complain a bitch about it for a little while, and then I'll continue to play until I get pretty good at it, and then I'll just adjust. Like most people do when a new game comes out, whatever they don't like, people be so quick to try to make everybody happy and keep changing the game and breaking the game. Find out where you guys want it, put it there and make people adjust. They either gonna adjust or they gonna roll with the punches or they gonna get rolled over. That's really the only option. You guys gotta make that decision, not the community. Some of these guys are 10 years old who's giving you all this feedback. They don't know. People saying like you shouldn't miss open shots. Do y'all watch the NBA? People miss open shots all the time. It shouldn't be a situation where anytime somebody pulls up a shot and you're not right in his face, you're getting ready to take it out. That's unrealistic. Another thing that drives me crazy about this community and the opinions that people love to share, they want reality when it works in favor of them. But they don't want reality when they know it's breaking the game, or they don't want reality when it don't allow them to do what they want to do. It was a big vocal push for people saying that in NBA 2K18, they want you to be able to mix two different archetypes because they felt like archetypes made us role players and not superstars. They were saying superstars in the real NBA can shoot threes, they can put the ball on the court, they can dribble by you, they can finish at the cup. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Those same superstars shoot 38% from beyond the arc though. Do you want that too? You gotta pick and choose. That'll break the game. Why should we mix two archetypes? Everybody's gonna get a dribbling guy with good finish. Like, you're either gonna get playmaker skills with slasher finishes, or you're gonna get like playmaker dribbles with sharpshooter shoot. Like that would just be dumb. That would break the game. That would break the game. No point in having archetypes if you're gonna do that. It's probably also no point in having a shot meter if you guys can make it replicate something other than what we're doing with our shot timing. Hey, I'm in favor if they decide maybe just in Pro-Am. In Pro-Am and NBA 2K18, it won't be a shot meter. I don't care if it ain't even no shot feedback. Find you a shot, work with it offline so you feel like you got your timing right, come online and play with it. Once again, everybody ain't gonna agree on that either. So it's really no perfect answer. 2K just gotta get it right. We're in the fourth quarter of this game right here. I want you to watch this fourth quarter behind me and look at the way the threes are falling. Hey man, I love to shoot the three ball. It ain't nothing sexier to me than the sound the ball makes when it goes through the net with no rim attached to it. I like that. That being said, I'm looking at the fourth quarter of this game like, man, I just don't know if it should be this way. Everybody on our team is shooting threes, and everybody on our team, they making them. Everybody's shooting threes from everywhere. I just don't know if I want to watch eLeague play if the shots are going in like this. I think this is too high of a clip. And with that being said, I'm not even sure if in this game we shot over 80% from beyond the arc. Like, saying that you want your open looks, and I know all our looks weren't open, but if you want all of your open looks to fall over 80% of the time, every game is going to look like the fourth quarter of this game right here. And tell me, do you want to watch this on eLeague play, where it's just threes raining in? Because this eLeague has to be the best, most talented users in the world. Otherwise, I don't think I can support it. Like if I'm watching and it's just a bunch of green lights, shots falling from everywhere, I don't know that I would be okay with not getting drafted if it's that. I want to be able to watch the gameplay and say to myself, that guy can do something I can't do. He deserves to be there. Anyway, that's just my take on it, man. You guys hit the comment section. Let me know what your feedback is. I'll be checking to see if y'all think I'm crazy. Y'all probably do, but I'll be alright though. If you enjoyed the video, do me a favor, leave a like. If you're new and you want to see more, hit subscribe. I'm out the next time, folks. Peace.